What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Hell yeah. You know you are limping into a Wednesday of Thanksgiving week when I'm still drinking coffee at about noon on Wednesday. We are crawling into it. Everybody's everywhere this week. It's the Big Shot Bob podcast. That's B-Dog Brandon Harper live from the Florida Panhandle somewhere.
Yeah, Santa Rosa Beach.
Santa Rosa Beach. There you go. Out with the family? Who's all out there with you?
Yep, mom, a couple of cousins staying at my godmother's house for till Friday. But
okay.
But yeah, we're here till the end.
So the question is, what are you making for Thanksgiving?
Not a thing. Really, we're gonna end up going out to eat. Nobody's making anything this year. We've got reservations to some spot out here, so we'll see what that's looking like.
What's that look? He's on vacation. They can't cook Thanksgiving dinner on vacation.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because in the past we've come down here and we brought pots and pans and we've cooked and things of that nature, but that hadn't been that way the last few years.
But you know what though, I appreciate that, because you ain't got nobody in your house, you ain't got nobody messing up stuff. And so like my mom and my stepdad and my son Cameron and his girlfriend came in. And as soon as they landed, we hungry. I'm like, well, stop and get something before you get here. I'm like, shit. I'm like,
this ain't no in and out.
Y'all just sit in the airport. So
that's funny.
Yesterday was a pizza day.
Yeah, man. No, I get it.
And the day we're going to get Mexican food, because my mom loves quesadillas and margaritas.
All right, so
that's what we had. That's what we had last night.
Hell yeah. No, dude, I got no problem. Who's in your house right now then? You've got a full house.
Just my mom, my stepdad, my son, his girlfriend, and me, Candace, and Gabrielle. And Christian will be here a little bit later. So it's okay. The inn is full.
Yeah, no, you're stocked up, man. You are stocked up. When did Mama get in?
Mama got in yesterday. Okay. And it's so funny. Candace like, are you going to pick him up from the airport? I'm like, hell no. I'm sitting in the car. Shit, it took them 2 hours.
Hold on a minute. You can't. How far is the airport from you?
The airport is like 45 minutes, but it took them 2 hours because it was like
it's traffic.
It was
traffic.
I would say it was when it was raining but not raining, but it was misting but not misting. What's between rain and mist? Drizzle.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's drizzle.
Yeah.
That's basically drizzle.
So it was drizzling, so it made the drive a little longer. I'm thinking about this. I'm like, man, that's a long ass drive with 1, 2, 3, 5 people in the car. So I just sent a car for
it was easy.
Hey, that's but you know what? That's cool. Sending, that no one complains about when you send a car now.
No, not at all. Not at all. Except my mother, who'd be like, "You're not good. You're too good to come pick me up." Like, no, it's just I don't want to sit in the traffic. You can't suffer through traffic with me. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm on my way. Just sit there. I'll stay there.
But plus, you need an SUV because Mom has luggage, Cameron has luggage, Alyssa has luggage.
Oh yeah, and you don't have
Ferris
that.
has luggage. I just have a little 7 Series. I can't fit all that luggage in my 7 Series.
No. I mean, I got an SUV. I could barely fit your big ass in it.
I know, right?
All right. Well, look, man, I gotta start with my favorite story of the whole week.
Please let it be my favorite one.
Who's the snitch in Philly?
Oh, no, that's not.
Oh, it's not. What's your favorite story? Go ahead. What's your favorite story?
But no, we start. That's one of my favorites too. But we all know who the snitch is in this story.
Who?
Who you think?
I think it's Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey. That's who it was. Because if you
did he come out and say it now?
No, he doesn't. I think because if you look down that line, Paul George is too new to the team, and
there's
Kyle
nothing
Lowry,
in it for him.
Yeah, even though Kyle Lowry is a vet, and I think it should have been him. It might be him.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Kyle Lowry is a sneaky pick.
But the only person that will have the balls, and you couldn't say anything to him, is Tyrese Maxey. You're like, well, fuck, I'm all-star. What what the fuck you gonna say? I'm putting them numbers here. What you gonna say?
I'm carrying the load, man.
Yeah, I'm going with Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't even know if it was. I don't think it's anybody that we would have thought of that told that. I don't think it's Tyrese. I think Tyrese is. He's still young, but I think he's been there long enough to know that what was said in-house needs to stay in-house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ran and told anybody in the media that. I think it was somebody else who we may not even think of.
Like a rookie, they know no better.
Maybe, or somebody who
I have another thought on it too. I have another thought on it.
Yeah, because my thing is, what if it was one of the coaches?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? What if it was one of those guys?
Right, because you're like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to light a fire under your superstar's ass, right?
Mm-hmm,
so if he gets chewed out by Tyrese Maxey for showing up late to practice and not putting in the effort and half-assing it, and one of the coaches goes, well, thank God somebody said something to him, but B, if this happens to make it into the media and Joel gets pissed off and starts playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, maybe that's not the worst thing for our team right now.
But you know this is what I hate about freaking stars, and this is from Joel Embiid. This is where he's late all the time.
That's what they say.
All the time, and that's like to me that's the most disrespectful thing to your teammates, because now we have to wait on you. Now you don't value my time as a player. You don't value my time as, more importantly, a man, because you think your time is more important. You have a fucking job to do. You're getting paid a tremendous amount of money for playing a fucking game. We're talking about a game, and you don't want to be on time for 2, maybe 3 hours a day? That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard of, when you don't respect your teammates, your coaches, and the organization. To me, if I was ever a coach, I'm like, if practice at 10 o'clock, your ass better be here at 9:30. Because, we start at 10 o'clock where we going full blown. You better be warmed up and ready to go. And that's just how you have always been. I get it. Sometimes you have an emergency or whatever. You can't get there to like maybe 5 minutes before practice. That happens, but at least you can get in there and get on the floor. But to be late all the time, that's just disrespectful to your team.
And you got to pick a struggle. You can't be late all the time and be hurt all the time. I understand that you're the superstar, but you either
pick a road, man.
Pick a struggle.
You're either gonna be.
The name of this week's show, by the way, is going to be "Pick a Struggle."
You're either going to be available majority of the time, but you're late, or you're going to be on time and hurt.
Yeah.
But you can't be hurt all the time and late all the time. It just don't work like that. You got to pick something. If you're going to have a struggle, pick a struggle.
I love that. I really do.
Be professional.
Right. But don't half-ass everything. If you're either going to go all in or you're going to go all out. Pick one. But I don't. I'm like, so I don't. I mean, I don't know if they're. Yeah. I don't know if the snitch even matters. I think Embiid's just pissed he got called out.
Yeah.
And the fact that other people found out about it made him mad, because that's kind of the mentality he's got right now.
Now, Rob, I will say this. I do agree with a lot of people where, and it's tough nowadays, especially with social media. A lot of things that are supposed to be kept in-house are never kept in-house. And I'll say this as a member of the media.
The Jordan Poole fight.
That should have stayed in-house. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. That should have never gotten out.
Yeah, that should stay in-house. A lot of these things should stay in-house. And when they don't, then it explodes, and now you got everybody speculating about who said something. Everybody has their opinion about this, that, and the third, and everybody wants to come out with another story. Oh, I remember when he wasn't on time for this, that, and the third. None of this would happen if it stayed in-house.
You know what's funny about it? It's like I look at, let's take out 2001 teams, and if you got a guy like Shaq, if Shaq snitch, nobody gonna say shit. Oh, well. Because you ain't going to try to fight him. It's certain dudes that's going to snitch.
Kobe was the only crazy ass enough to try and go after him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, well, I ain't going to try to fight him. I'm like, nah, I'm good on that one. I'm like, no. So
all right, I'm
think
dying.
About that team. Who on that team you would be scared to fight? It's like, outside Drummond, maybe. I don't know, Kelly Oubre. He from H-Town, so he might be.
Oubre's tough. He got hit by a car and he kept running.
Yeah.
I don't man. Yeah, I don't know. There's not I guess is a cliche that I hate, but there's not a lot of dog in that team. Yeah. There's not a lot of fight in that team. Like, everything I've seen from them this season, at least, Tyrese Maxey is the only guy I see that really has that scrap in him, and a lot of times it's like, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, because they're not playing aggressive offensively, but they're not pressuring on defense either. It's just kind of like teams are blowing right by them. By the way, props to the font person the other night who put out the Sixers final score graphic, and they used that big rounded font, and the word "final" looked like anal. Good job. Because you are playing, you are playing like ass. So that is an absolute spot on. I'll put it up on the show. I'll put it up on Twitter. It's the whoever picked that graphic, the F and the I kind of came together at a little bit of a bend, and it just looked like
Also, Rob, I have to say this, and I guess it piggybacks off how I feel about this team. Anyway, I remember you said it's plenty of time left in the season, and it is for them to turn it around if need be. So I mean. Logically, if you're looking at it, yes, there are more games to play. Yes, things can get better. And yes, I guess guys can get healthy. For how long, we don't know. But I'm starting to look at this thing now. This team is a mistake. This team being put together is a mistake. And the reason why I say that is I think a lot of people are looking at stuff on paper, and we're looking at what Paul George used to be. He used to be very healthy. Joel Embiid, at least for a small amount of time, used to be healthy. And on paper, you're looking at Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid. Yes, they should do something. But these dudes ain't been healthy. How many games have they played on the floor together this season?
Like one the other night,
I think
right?
one. I think it's only been one.
That's my point. And my thing is, with one game together.
3-13? The hell they said that? Yeah, they're 3-13 right now.
So you have no chemistry with one another because you have not played you have not played long enough together. You have this distraction about who's the mole, who said this and who said that. This team is a mistake.
I guarantee you they know who said it within the team. I just think it's just like some stuff going on. Because my sources inside the NBA said it was Tyrese Maxey.
Oh.
So, and Tyrese Maxey was like, I don't give a shit because I want to win. You need to be professional. So, yeah.
I don't give a shit.
That.
But
my thing is, what
mm-hmm.
you telling Joel Embiid that should light the fire under him without it having to get out to the media. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That should be enough in itself the way that you approach
it.
him.
It should. It doesn't. It has to. It's always got to be something big to get somebody, because obviously Rob laid it out. He's not engaged. He's showing up late. You said it too. He's always hurt. So he's hearing the same message from inside the locker room all the time from players and coaches. So it's like, what the hell can we do to kick him in the ass? All right, let's put something in the media. Let's just let something sneak out about how Tyrese called him out on being late and see if maybe that gets him pissed off enough to want to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't pissing him off enough to be healthy.
Oh, my God, no. I'm dying to know, Rob, what's your favorite story of the week?
Oh.
What is it?
It's the VanVleet thing.
Oh, VanVleet versus the refs. VanVleet catches. By the way, the fine was $50K for VanVleet,
which was wrong.
For pointing at a ref, calling him a bitch ass, dropping the N-bomb on him, and all this stuff, and almost poking him.
What's the N-bomb?
The N-word. I can't say it. Don't look at the white guy and go, "What's the N-bomb?"
Hey,
why
don't worry.
You say it. Sing along with the lyrics, white man. No, I'm not falling.
He's trying to Michelle Beadle you.
He is. The Denver Nuggets. But I mean, he was. I want to say, and I've seen it from like 5 different angles. He came real close to poking that guy in the face. Yeah. He got right, and it didn't hit him, but he was damn close, and he got a $50,000 fine. Now, LeMelo Ball got $100K.
I was just about to go there
for saying no homo. Too. Now, hold on a minute. Disparity here has got me a little thrown because VanVleet 100 times worse than what LeMelo did. In my eyes, 100 times worse.
At least he should have gotten the same amount of fine as
exactly.
LeMelo. At least the same.
Or a suspension. Suspend him for at least a game or two.
See, for me, I look at this situation and the NBA got it wrong again with this. You think about it, a guy's in the NBA, and this is a slang that they say in the streets. Now you call him a ref. You made a point to go to each ref. So that should be $50,000 a fucking ref.
Yeah.
At least. And you call him a bitch. And then it should be a 3-game suspension to basically, let me think about this. If you get in an altercation with a player and you swing at him, that's like considered a fight. Even though you miss him, right? That's like a 1, 2, maybe 3-game suspension. He should have been suspended for a game, because that's almost like, think about it. I could have poked your eye. If the ref wasn't looking, he could have poked his eye out or something, whatever it could have been. But he had to be a stiffer fine for me. And I just think the NBA got it wrong again with this one. You can't just let a guy call a ref a bitch, and then almost poke one in the face. But here's what the ref should do. They should never give that motherfucker another call. So who's the bitch now?
It's funny you say that, because last season, DeJounte Murray got in the ref's face and put his finger in the ref's face, and he was suspended for a game.
Yeah,
I think it was
that.
a game or two, but I think it was a game.
I think it was.
And I forget how much the fine was, but he got in the ref's face. He got in his face and pointed at him.
I remember.
Bumped him, and then got suspended. And I'm sitting here like, after VanVleet has said everything that he said to multiple refs, you only fine him $50,000?
Yeah.
Come on now. That's not consistent.
Mm-mm. It's, to me, I look at it, and it's almost like they feel bad for VanVleet. I'm like, he doesn't have a history I don't give a shit about anybody's history. You nip shit in the bud, and then it won't happen. The NBA has a tendency to let a lot of things slide sometimes, but then people will take that and expand on it. You know what I mean? So it's just a story. It was funny because I can't remember the guy's name, but it reminds me of the guy from the Milwaukee Bucks. He's no longer in the league. He played only about 5 seasons. That's when he went to each ref, says, fuck you, and fuck you. You remember
You're
him?
cool.
I can't remember the
F you. I'm out. Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he was a center. He was unfortunately, he was really good, but he had some mental issues, and he no longer in the league. But he was a very talented guy down in Milwaukee. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really honestly, I'm very surprised there wasn't at very least a 1-game suspension. Because I feel like that's the floor for something like that.
I would think so.
Yeah. Murray did get 1 game for incidental contact with a ref. It doesn't say what's stated here what the fine was, though. So,
okay.
I'm sure
I remember that like it was yesterday. Literally, he walked up to the ref, bumped him, and said something, and then we came to find out that he was suspended the game. When I saw it, I said, "Yeah, he's either gonna get a hefty fine or he's gonna sit down for a game."
Yeah, he is something. All right, we got a lot more to get to here. Jaylen Brown coming up in a second here. We're going to talk about NBA playoff expansion, which I'm really excited to get Rob's thoughts about because it's just a little wild. Celtics visit the White House, college football pandemonium, all that stuff. But first, very happy that our friends from DraftKings are back on with us this week, especially going into what is going to be one hell of a football weekend, man.
Pandemonium, baby.
College football, and we're going to talk about college football a little bit later, but the college football insanity that's going to unfold this weekend. I will do nothing but watch NFL football on Turkey Day. I will cook and I will watch NFL football, and it'll be perfect. It'll be glorious. And then on Friday night, Georgia Tech, and then we got the Iron Bowl, and it's just great, man. So if you're getting some holiday shopping done this weekend, why don't you pick up some touchdowns while you're at it, because they're on sale at DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings has doorbuster profit boosts and bet one, get one promotions on all types of touchdown bets this week.
If you're looking for touchdowns, maybe those dogs have some of them against the Jackets. Will my team, Bama, come out swinging in the Iron Bowl?
No, they won't.
Whatever matchup you like best. Whatever matchup you like best, trust me, just grab some TDs with DraftKings Sportsbook because they're on sale from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BIGSHOTBOB to opt in. That's code BIGSHOTBOB only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Yeah, I got a little bit of legal stuff here. So, gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in New York. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help's available for problem gambling at 888-789-7777, or you can visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. One bonus bet per customer based on the amount of initial touchdown bet and expires 168 hours after issuance. One single-use boost per customer that only applies to winning. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for additional terms and responsible gaming resources. So all that's important, but I do want to reiterate, by the way, everything's on sale through Monday at DraftKings for the touchdowns on the sportsbook. So please,
the Cyber Monday.
Go use that code BIGSHOTBOB get yourself hooked up from DraftKings. All right. As I scroll back through my sheet, I want to play you some audio that went viral this week. A little long. Okay, it's about 1:10, so hang tight. But this is the Timberwolves broadcast. Talking about how bad of a three-point shooter Jaylen Brown is, as Jaylen Brown proceeds to just light them on fire the entire time.
You look at his shot chart, Michael. It is not good. It's not a green shot chart at all. It's a lot of red and a lot of white. White is league average. Red is under the league average.
By Brown. Brown for three. Good.
Come on.
Career lows so far this season for Jaylen Brown.
Literally from that spot on the floor, he's 4 of 23 on the season. 17%.
Early heat check. My goodness.
Man.
Oh, he just said, take that with you. Take that shooting charge.
JB for a 3.
Oh, man. My goodness. Brown sets up Holiday. Now it's Tatum over to Brown again. Oh, my.
Unbelievable. And you come into this game, I would give him that shot.
Edwards stripped on the way to the cup. Jaylen Brown, hot hand, ISO at Gobert. Fires again.
Seven of 27 from that part of the floor coming into this game, 25.9%.
That guy will not let that die. He will not. He's like, I am doubling down on every three-pointer about how bad his shooting percentage. He said at one point, I'd give him that shot going into this game. That motherfucker just hit like 3 or 4 in your face. What are you talking about? He clearly has a. Oh no, he's terrible. He's 7 from 23 from that spot. He's burning your stadium to the ground. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I think sometimes they forget that these guys can get hot. And it just, you don't go by the percentages. You just got to go by feel. And hey, he lit their asses up.
He sure did. But yeah, Jaylen Brown retweeted it, by the way, and said, "Hate ass broadcast." And he's not wrong.
He's not
really
wrong.
hate though? Is it really hate when you just calling out the numbers?
You're right though, but it is because you're like, I mean, Jaylen Brown's the reigning Finals MVP. He's no slouch.
True.
He's not just a guy in the league. Dude is one of the marquee players for the defending world champions. You can't just go look at an early shot. And by the way, what are we, 15, 16 games into the year? And you're looking at his numbers. You know who he is as a player. At some point when he's burning you down, stop shouting out stats about how bad he is while he's draining threes in your face.
I will say this, because you're right. But I do think two things can be right at the same time. Now, it just so happens that he was getting
not in America.
But he was getting more wrong as the game went on, because everywhere you said he was shooting poorly from, he was knocking him down that game.
It was bad.
But every night you have an option to prove somebody right or prove somebody wrong. Coming into that game, and we know Jaylen Brown is not I'm not saying he's a poor shooter. He's a good shooter, but he's not a great shooter. That we've always known that. So he can get hot. He's a volume guy. He can knock down shots and get hot at any point because he is a top-notch scorer. It's different between being a scorer and then being a shooter.
Damn, are you auditioning for a job on the Timberwolves broadcast?
No, not at all. Because I think anytime you have a scorer like that, they can get hot anytime. But I think on the flip side of that, I think guys, we've seen guys get motivated by people talking negatively about them. Oh, he can't shoot from here or he can't shoot from there. And NBA players try to always answer the call as if they didn't hear that person, but we know they did. You know, we've seen it every single time from superstars. Oh, this person can't do that. Oh, we can't let this person beat us. They can't beat us. And then they proceed to beat you by themselves. But games prior to that, they may have been not shooting so well. They may not shoot so well from this corner three or from that corner three or from the elbow or things of that nature. So I think two things can be right at the same time, but they were getting more wrong by the moment, and that's the funny part.
I do love the true move of any good man, right? You've clearly made a mistake, and what do?
Double down?
Double down the whole way. Just keep.
I'm going to ride this horse.
Look, I know I'm wrong, but I'm riding it to the end of the line, man. Let's go till the train comes off the tracks. What were your thoughts? Have you heard anything about what this proposition about playoff revamp and expansion and stuff now the NBA is expanding?
You're talking about just 1 through.
Yeah, like all right. So the
No matter what conference you in.
Western Conference executives believe that the NBA could eliminate conferences and just have the top 16 teams make the playoffs after the league expands to 32 teams. This is from the always reliable and never over the top Brian Windhorst, who said that they seem to think that could happen. Like this is a viable idea for the NBA. It would create a fresh look at the postseason. Do you think that that's good for the league, or do you think does that force the East to try and get better, or is it just?
I think it moves into this college thing now, where you got East Coast teams and West Coast teams in the same conference. You're forgetting about the athletes, and I know the West is a lot harder to travel than the East, but now you're going to have both teams going back and forth, and I think people don't understand travel it hits your body and it takes a toll on your body. And no, I don't like it. It's just leave the West, leave the East. Some things don't need to be touched. In the tradition of East and West, leave it alone, and just go with that because, you're going to have why would you have, let's say, I'm trying to think of the team that's furthest away over here is a 1 seed and the team that's furthest on the East Coast is a 12 seed. Why would you go back and forth like that in a 7-game series? That's a lot of money, first of all, and it's a lot of travel, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for a
first round game.
And no, it's a lot of money for a $7 billion corporation. They travel enough as it is. And I feel as though, and correct me if I'm wrong, I always heard Dennis Rodman say this. He said, they don't pay me for what I do on the court. That's easy. They pay me for everything else I got to deal with. This is just another thing that you're going to have to possibly deal with, and that's the travel. The traveling, the interviews and all that, that's what they pay you the big money for. I would like to kind of see it. Maybe you could keep the East and West for maybe the All-Star game type of thing, if you want to do it that way. But I would like to see, when it comes to playoff settings, get rid of East and West and have 1 through 16. I would like to see what that looks like, because I think it puts a fire under certain teams to take every game a whole lot more seriously than what some of them do.
The playoffs, they take all the playoff games seriously.
No. But what I'm saying is
regular season.
With regular season, especially with the play
so you want to have just a bunch of mixture, not like, okay, I see what you're saying.
So
now,
you keep the East,
I'm okay
you keep
with
the
that.
West, but when you hit the postseason, it's 1 through 16.
It's 1 through 16.
Postseason, I don't want, because your body is so important in your postseason. There's too much travel on your body. And like during the regular season, it's fine because I would love to play New York twice if you're a Laker fan. But think about it, if you did a 4-game series with Boston and LA, now that's going to drive the prices up. Now if you did something like that, I'm okay with it. But when the playoffs come around, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that one.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. What 1 through 16 would be. Let's be honest. There are certain, unfortunately, this is unfortunate, but there are certain teams that folks just don't want to see. There are just certain series and you can tell by the ratings, just don't do it. Mm-hmm. And I think with 1 through 16, you have a better shot, unfortunately, but the numbers don't lie. Mm-hmm. You have a better chance of eliminating some of those teams and creating matchups and series that more people look.
I see what you're saying now. So
the NBA is driven by ratings.
We can have a lot of bum ass East Coast teams. You go get them out of the way early, is what you said.
Okay.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
Don't look at me. It's not me. That's the number saying that. I'm just telling you what the numbers say.
I get it. I'm just, here's the thing, though. You're going to have first round series that are East and West teams trying to knock each other out of the postseason. That's supposed to be reserved for the NBA Finals. That's supposed to be where the best of the East and the best of the West come together, decide the NBA champion, and you're going to have like a first round, Hawks Clippers series. It's going to be like, what?
Hey, kind of interesting, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm also like a stickler for tradition. I like the East and the West, and I like it split up the way it's split up. But look, I mean, I get it. College football is changing the rules for everybody.
You didn't like the 12-team playoff at first.
Right. I did. We talked about this the other day in extent, and just me and you hanging out. I was so against the 12-team playoff. I am in love with it now. I'm like light the building on fire and let's all watch it burn because it's just man, it is bananas. But I think that was also aided by NIL. It made it's kind of even the playing field a little bit where it wasn't like you had to be Alabama and Nick Saban had to buy a quarterback, a Charger, in order to get him to come to Alabama under the table, you know?
That only happens at SMU and Miami and Florida State.
My bad. Yeah. But now that there's NIL and you can openly say we're going to pay Cam Ward a 1.5 a year to come be the quarterback at Miami. Now all of a sudden Miami's in the contention and otherwise probably wouldn't have had a shot to recruit him. So I get that college football and the structure of the playoff has changed the way that people now look at postseasons. But I think the NBA setup, I don't know. I mean, like I wasn't a huge fan of the play-in. It doesn't really bother me that much anymore. I think it gives more teams a shot. Yeah. But I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to eliminate, like you said, Harp. They're trying to get rid of the who the F wants to see the squeaked into the playoffs sub 500 Detroit Pistons in a first-round series with somebody. Nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah. So I'm still against the play-in. And the reason I'm against the play-in because if you shouldn't rest guys. You know, you guys, the Hawks just got fined for not playing Trey. But don't rest guys and don't say, okay, we can wait. Oh, we're gonna make the play and we still can try to get in. I don't like that. Play your ass throughout the season. This is what you get paid for.
But that doesn't change anything for me because the play-in's no guarantees. You got to go out and win 2 games.
Yeah, but you get play-in money though, and I don't want that.
Oh, you don't want them getting the money? Okay, that's different.
I don't want. It's an extra game. Think about it. If you're a team, you know, you look at the year where you Golden State got beat and they should have been in the playoffs. They lost that play-in game, and they went home. Like, you didn't want to see that. Who wants to see? You know,
but that's their own damn fault.
But I know it's their fault, but shit, it's one more game on guys who've been through 5 championships. 5 NBA finals, had a lot of wear and tear on the body. And you're gonna make them play one extra game. My whole point is,
and then Steve Kerr should have had them playing better in the regular season to keep their ass out of the play-in. That's the whole point.
But no, you don't reward failure. That's what this society is about. You giving everybody a fucking trophy.
Oh my God!
If you finish first, second, third, fourth, that's where you are. Don't be like, oh shit, you almost made it. I'm gonna give you another shot.
And you won 32 games. Get in there and get swinging. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah, I just don't like rewarding people for failure. That's all I'm saying.
Well, guess what? I think that falls in line with the possible take out the alignment of the East and West, and it's just 1 through 16. I think that eliminates or helps eliminate mediocrity and rewarding failure. I think that helps it because now it's like, okay, we're not doing the top 8 teams from each conference. No, whichever 16
get in where you fit in.
Get in where you fit in.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be interested to see if they actually do it. All right, Rob, I got confirmation today. On Monday, your Manscaped razor will be delivered. Your new face shaver from Manscaped, and I'm excited because I want to see. I've gotten to see them a little bit, and obviously haven't used them, but they are beautiful. The new Chairman Pro from our friends at Manscaped. And we talked about it a little bit last week. They're back with us again this week. Long-standing friends. We love them. Their latest masterpiece is the Chairman Pro package. It's a next-level shaver for your face. Now, of course, they still sell all the accoutrements, if you will, for your man parts. That's what made Manscaped famous. But and I will tell you this, they are the best trimmers you'll ever buy. The ones for your face, the one for your other parts, they're all like they're high quality, they're really good, they're well made, they last forever. We've had them for years, and those things still keep trucking, and they're very reliable. So this one, again, for your face, you just head over to manscaped.com. You can join 11 million people worldwide who trust Manscaped, and we of course have a code, Big Shot Bob's, kind of our go-to code for obvious reasons. Gets you 20% off your entire order at Manscaped and free shipping.
Free shipping?
Free.
I'm in.
Free.
The Chairman Pro is armed with not 1, but 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. The skin-safe 4-blade for when you want that baby bottom smooth, and the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep some stubble, but clean it up a bit.
Yeah, so
Just a little bit.
it works across the board. The Chairman Pro is also waterproof, like most of Manscaped's products are, which means you can use it in the shower. It simplifies cleanup as well. Quick rinse under the sink, you're done. It's not just for your daily shaves either. It's powerful enough to tackle up to 5 days of growth, making it perfect for whether you're shaving every day or you're just tidying up every now and then.
The package also includes the Power Shave Gel to get that ultimate wet shave experience. It's packed with skin-soothing ingredients that defend against redness and irritation. Dermatology tested for sensitive skin. It's good for sensitive skin, and I got real sensitive skin. And to finish it off, we got the Face Shave Soother. You know, that face shave, you like that face
That like
shave.
after shave gel, and
It's designed to help reduce redness and defend against ingrown hairs and razor bumps.
very good. Get the Chairman Pro package today. Experience a shave that's as smooth as you deserve. We said it before. Say it again. Get 20% off and free shipping. If you're looking for, by the way, a holiday gift for somebody, this would be the time to do it. Go to manscaped.com and use the code BIGSHOTBOB.
That's 20% off plus free shipping. Free shipping, dog, with the code BigShotBob at manscaped.com.
Love those guys. All right, look, we had a big moment this week. A very big moment, a very important moment. The world champion Boston Celtics got to visit the White House. They got to meet with the president, and he gave them a wonderful introduction.
2024 NBA champions, the Bulls. You're Celtics, right?
The Baltimore Celtics, right? Yeah, okay. So there you go. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Sleepy Joe.
That's not, by the way, this is not a political statement. It's just funny that he didn't know that they were the Baltimore Celtics. There you go. The 2024 world champion, Baltimore Celtics. Did you, I think I've asked you this before, but I don't remember. You've gone to the White House, right? All your championships, you've gone a few.
Not
times.
all of them.
Right, but you've got to go to some. Yeah.
I think I went to 3, maybe.
How
out
many?
of 7 or 3?
How many presidents have you met?
Obama and Clinton. That's it.
So you met Obama, you met Clinton. Okay. Interesting. I was just curious.
Yeah.
But like just in passing, you've never met, any other presidents or had any dealings with. Okay.
I think I met Washington. Washington.
Washington. Jesus
Dang,
Christ.
bro, you old?
How old are you?
I like
Jesus.
Bush. I mean Bush.
Bush.
It's the son, not the dad. The
Okay,
son.
yeah, George W. Yeah. Okay, all right, cool.
That man said George
George
Washington.
Washington.
I was thinking about Bush, George Bush, not George Washington. Oh,
That short ass man cut down a cherry tree. Rob heckled him the whole time.
my wooden teeth just fell out my mouth. My bad.
I love that. All right, we got the updated MVP ladder here from the NBA this week. I like looking at these every week just because they make me kind of giggle. Nikola Jokic, number 1. Tatum's number 2. AD's up to 3. Giannis is still sitting at 4. Shea's at 5. Stephen Curry makes his debut here on the list, up to number 6. Durant is at 7. LeBron James on the list again at 8. Spida at 9. And welcome to the top 10, De'Aaron Fox, who we talked about last week. All those guys playing exceptional basketball right now. So I think that's a pretty fair list, but it makes me giggle because even when Jokic isn't making noise and I see him at the top of the list, I'm like, how is he at the top of this list again? And you throw a Google on his numbers and you're like, oh shit, okay, that's why. Yeah, all right.
Here's the funny part. After watching Denver play the Lakers the other night, I was like, okay, AD, this is your way to go out and everybody you're gonna be MVP. And he didn't have a good game at all. He missed a bunch of bunnies, and Jokic killed it. But here's the funny thing about Jokic, though. I don't trust Jokic's stats. He's getting the John Stockton love at home. He gets a lot of assists at home that he shouldn't have. And so that's one of the reasons I don't trust Jokic's numbers, because he's getting. But the person on this list that should be higher to me is LeBron James, just for the fact this motherfucker 40. And averaging 29 and 8. Think about that shit. 29 and 8 at 40 years old.
40 years old.
That's fucking incredible.
Now, look, I know a lot of people like to make the Tom Brady comparison. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a difference between playing quarterback in the NFL, where, especially now where nobody's allowed to touch you, and doing what LeBron James is doing at 40.
Yeah.
Because he's playing significant minutes, making an impact on every game, and he is running nonstop.
Yeah. And I think I said the same thing. And when people say, "Oh, you hating on Tom Brady," you're not hating on him. We're just talking about the physicality of the part. I know football is way more physical, but all these Tom Brady rules you have in place now, and you're getting hit once a week because you don't get hit in practice. You're not allowed to.
No.
So you're getting hit once a week, and then this LeBron is up and down this court like 4 times a week. Traveling and doing all these things. So I think what he's doing is simply amazing, man.
I think I think all those guys that are on that list are worthy to be there. But I really do think Steph and Donovan Mitchell need to be higher. For the simple fact of, especially somebody like Donovan, I know it's not just him, but for him to be the leader of that team and for them to be not only the best team in the Eastern Conference, but had the best record in basketball so far. What that team has been able to accomplish, the way they've been able to put things together, the way they bought into Kenny Atkinson and everything that he's established there. You need a level of leadership, and their leadership is really coming from Donovan Mitchell. And obviously, we're talking about one of the greatest players of all time, Steph Curry. You have no Clay. Steph is obviously older. Draymond is older. I give credit to a lot of the young guys who have stepped up and fulfilled their roles, but for them to at one time been number 1 in the West, I think they're number 2 now because OKC now takes over that number 1 spot. But for them to be 12-4, 12-5 right now, without a actual real center, or they don't have a big lineup. There are times where Draymond is their 5.
He is their 5 most nights. Yeah.
So they don't have a big lineup. And guess what? Even without that big lineup, they're one of the best defensive teams in basketball. They're very athletic. They love to run the floor. And the way Steph is playing, I mean, he can play for so long because of his shooting ability, but the way that he still moves without the ball, you would still think he's in his 20s. And they just look great right now. And I think you got to tip your cap to Steph Curry and what's my guy, Steve Kerr.
But I don't tip my hat to Steve. I tip my hat to Buddy Hield, man. Come on now.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, cool.
the newest splash brother. Yeah.
Think about it. I think Buddy Hield was the perfect match. You think about it, you get rid of Clay, and people forget Buddy Hield led the league in 3-pointers for a long time. And we forget about that. And so now you replace a one splash brother with another technically splash brother because he's been shooting that shit since he came into the league. So, that was a great move because think about it, Buddy Hield he's really a Klay Thompson who can't play good defense. Think about it. So they just replaced Klay with a younger Klay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good move.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and don't look now. The Lakers have fallen to 6th in the West.
Oh, no.
Not that it really matters.
Here we go.
Yeah, and
the spiraling descent begins. Yeah.
Lost a heartbreaker at home to the Magic on the last second 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then,
got mollywopped by Denver. Got truly mollywopped
by Phoenix on the road last night. The Lakers
a cup game.
Yeah, they can't play on the road. They're a terrible road basketball team.
Shit, they done lost 2 at home in a row. They might not be good at home either.
No, but
you can't be bad at home and the road. That doesn't work.
But wait. But they're not bad at home. One of those losses came on a last second 3 from Wagner and from Orlando.
But here's the thing: Orlando didn't have their best player.
You're true. You're right. But they are 7-2 at home. They're much better at home than they are on the road. I don't know if they know what basketball looks like on the road. I'm gonna be honest with you. They just don't. The Suns just got KD and Bradley Beal back, and they beat the Lakers by 27.
Yeah, in a cup game, which really matters because now you've fallen so far behind. Even though you both got the same record, they go by those points, so you're in trouble.
Guess what? Guess who's right behind the Lakers? The Clippers. Do they have Kawhi Leonard? No. Paul George ain't there no more, right? Right. They're right behind the Lakers in their 7th spot.
I'm ready to see how they're going to do without Norman Powell, though. Norman Powell has been a key for them, but he's out right now. So,
are we invested in the NBA Cup right now? Are we paying much attention to it? I'm kind of not, except for the fact when I see a highlight and they're played on a neon green floor, and I'm like, holy crap.
That's how you know.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that?
I don't get invested until it gets close to the end where everybody's ranked and see. And then I'm like, oh, okay,
all right, that's interesting. A little in season tournament type thing. I did want to do a couple more quick things, and we'll get to Big Shot, and then we're going to get to this week's game, which is a Thanksgiving high-low game, which is really fun. This is according to ESPN.com. Since we're not doing a shootout this week, and because it's holiday week and we're all going to be off, we're doing a big show on Wednesday. I wanted to bring this to the show this week. ESPN's best big threes in the NBA. And I saw this list, and I was like, what qualifies you as a best big three? Number one on their list was obvious. Tatum, Brown, and White. Okay. Not a big three, but okay, yeah. I mean, defending NBA champs. Number two.
But hey, when did White knock out Holiday?
Yeah, I guess
He's
so.
Beside Holiday, yeah. I'm taking over.
Ever since he made the Olympic team? I don't know. SGA, J. Will, and Chet.
Chet ain't even playing.
Right, and Chet's hurt. And he's number two. I'm okay. Number three, Jokic, Murray, and AG.
Who the hell is AG?
I don't know. It said AG, and I'm like,
hold on. What team is that?
Aaron Gordon. It's
Denver.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, it's Aaron Gordon.
I saw it say AG, and I'm like, how's AG? All right, you're right. Aaron Gordon deserves more credit than that. Number four, Luka, Kyrie, and Lively.
Hell no.
What? Number five, Giannis, Dame, and Brooke. They can't win a game.
Brooke too busy shooting threes and having commercials with his brother.
Number six, Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey.
Them motherfuckers ain't never on the court.
What are you talking about? They've never played together. What are you talking about? Brunson, OG, and Cat at number seven. I'll at least give that a little bit of credit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of credit. And why are they at number 8? Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. Are you kidding me? That should be number 1 on the list.
That should be number 1.
Why are they number 8? What the hell? I think ESPN put this together to make us yell at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also did this this is also based off name value.
Yeah.
That's all this is. It's name value.
I guess, but dude, it's hard to look at the records and the way that these teams are playing right now and say that combination of those three guys, that might be the most impactful three in the entire league.
Here's the funny part. I would take LeBron, AD, and AR
okay.
over the Sixers, over the fucking Bucks,
yes,
over the Knicks,
yes,
and over Dallas. I'm like, are you serious with this big three?
And maybe over OKC because Chet's hurt.
Yeah.
So you know,
it's just weird, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Just a weird thing.
Hey, I guarantee you we find out who made this list is a bunch of fucking nerds just sitting there like, oh, shit. Oh, I know this name. Oh, I heard of this name before. Put him in there.
Don't direct that at me. I don't need to hear that.
Yeah,
all right.
I didn't say you.
Oh, sorry. Usually when we're nerd name calling, it's pointed in my direction.
You've called me a nerd a few times, so I'm not going to call you a nerd.
I have. It's true. All right, hold on. I got to find a piece of audio that I want to play for you. Here you go. All right. Let's get to college football.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start with you.
Oh man, SEC just fucked themselves.
How you feeling, man?
Hey, you know, this is no lie, man. I didn't watch the game the other day, so I walk in the studio and I literally take my phone. I'm trying to refresh. I said, I know we ain't got the 3 point. I'm refreshing. Like, something wrong with my damn phone, man. This is bullshit. 3 points against Oklahoma? Like, no fucking way. Yeah.
I will tell you that the touchdown that got called back is arguably one of the worst calls I've ever seen in a game. I mean, it didn't affect ultimately the final outcome of the game. It obviously affected the score. It changes the way Alabama plays because you're down 24-10 at that point. You're playing from a different position, but it was illegal touching was the call. The dude was saying he was covered up by the outside receiver. And I don't literally listening to Herb Street try and go, I don't get it. Like Herb Street's on television going, I don't get it. I don't see it. What the hell are they talking about?
Where's the challenge flag when you need it?
Right. But I did want to play you this. Paul Feinbaum, who honestly, love or hate Paul Feinbaum, he's got the weirdest, wildest callers in all of radio. Yeah. And obviously very closely tied to the Alabama and Auburn programs. He's got a dude that calls his show named Legend. This guy's called and melted down several times this year, namely after the Vanderbilt loss. Well, he called back again after the third loss. And we'll play this for you. It goes on for about a minute, but it's just wonderful.
Man, I'm disgusted. You ain't going to the playoffs, and every real Alabama fan don't give a damn now because there's nothing at stake. I don't even give a damn about the Iron Bowl. I don't even care who I piss off. I don't care which one of you little Alabama fans get your feelings hurt because legend keeps it 100, but damn the Iron Bowl. We about national championships at Alabama. I give a damn about beating some weak-ass Auburn team. And you done took the greatest program in the world, and you can't handle this job. Come on, somebody testify with me. Somebody get up and say amen and hallelujah. All you got to do is look at this guy. He is overwhelmed. He is out of his league. He had no idea what he was stepping into. This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama. Either accept it and be a real damn fan and realize where we got to where we at, or sit your ass down and shut up. Maybe it don't mean a damn thing to you, but it means something to me, baby. Somebody get me a damn basketball ticket. I'm out the damn door. Elvis has left the damn effing building.
Oh, goodness. My goodness. I hit the gospel piano in the middle of that because he said testify, and it got super loud, so I apologize. But holy cow, dude. And you know what? He ain't wrong.
He's not wrong. But you know when to me, our season is over. Even if we make the playoffs, it's over because of Lawson. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. You're not making playoffs. But it's a lot that can happen. They can still get in. But it don't matter
right
because
now they're
our
at
defense,
13.
Yeah, our defense is shot. Our defense is shot because of Lawson. He's out for the season with a leg injury, and he's our best. He's our defensive coordinator on the field. And so once I saw him get hurt, I'm like, season's over. That's almost like the efficient if Melrose got hurt on the offensive side.
It's so hard to be the guy that replaces the guy. You know what I mean? And like Nick Saban, when he came in, I think his first season went 5-7 or something at Alabama.
But he didn't have to replace nobody.
No, right. But he was also he hadn't recruited a single person. He was taking over Mike Shula's team, which was in the dredges to begin with. And then Saban, from that second season forward, only had one 3-loss season that whole time, and I think it was in 2010. So Alabama hasn't had a 3-loss season in 14 years. Yeah. I feel like 8-3 is not horrible. If you can win the Iron Bowl, you're 9-3. You're on the outside looking in on the playoffs. Now you're spoiled because you've had the greatest coach of all time for the last 16 years.
It's not the. It'd have been okay if we'd have lost to Georgia, we'd have lost to Tennessee, but we lost to a bunch of fucking nerds.
You lost to Vandy, man.
You lost to Vandy. And then you lost to Oklahoma, which is a team for over the past 15 years
Oklahoma
have talked bad about the SEC and said the SEC is bullshit. Talk bad about Alabama saying they're not that good. And then they whoop your ass. So that's a whoop that ass. They treat them like a trick.
Put it on you.
And so they whoop that ass. And but I watched like the first couple. I think I watched the first 5 minutes because I was heading to work, and I was looking like, okay, Bama's going. They coming out, they throwing the ball, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I got to work. I'm like, this can't be right. I didn't see the game. Don't want to see the game, but
don't watch it.
It's just awful. And then Ole Miss shit the bed.
Oh yeah.
That was
a trap. I knew that was going to be a trap game going down to Florida.
But Florida been playing fucking good though.
They've been playing good football.
You could argue that Florida at what are they at like 6? They're 5-5, 5-6, 6-5, something like that.
They're bowl eligible.
Are they bowl eligible?
I think
you could argue that they should be rated.
Yeah.
And rated high because of. I mean, they've had some bad losses, but some of those wins have been. They beat Ole Miss on the road. You beat LSU on the road.
Yeah.
I mean,
they should be rated, but I don't know about high.
I don't know about high, but they should be ranked somewhere.
Yeah.
But they've played real well. All right, did you see the end of the Arizona State BYU game?
No, I didn't see that.
I missed it, but I think I heard about it.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. So Arizona State is up 29-23, I believe. They have the football. They are trying to run the clock out. So first down, they run a play, BYU uses their final timeout. So they go, okay, we got to kill like a minute 5 or something. Quarterback decides, I'm just going to scramble and run as long as I can to run time off the clock, and then when they tackle me, I'll let the clock run down. So he scrambles back, 5-10 yards. They get to him, they knock him down. 3rd down. Clock's running. They're about 2-3 seconds away from the play clock. So he's like, all right, I got to run another 3rd down play here, 4th down play, whatever it was. He runs, or it was 3rd down. He runs, again, trying to run the clock out, and he runs probably a good 30 yards back. Now, mind you, Arizona State has the ball at like the 5. They could have kicked a field goal, made it a 2-score game, and walked off. But they're trying to run the clock out. So he scrambles. He falls back like 30 yards, and they tackle him. Well, now it's 4th down. You're out of field goal range. You got time on the clock to kill. So he's like, all right, I'm going to try and run off this last, whatever it is, 12 or 13 seconds, and I'm going to huck the ball to the end zone, and by the time it lands out of bounds, the game is over, and we'll have beaten BYU. He does exactly that. He throws the ball, lands in the back of the end zone, time expires, Arizona State fans rush the field, pull down the goalposts. Wait.
There's a second left.
The refs put it under the hood. The ball landed out of bounds with 1 second left on the clock. It took them like a half hour to clear all these fans off the field, put the goalposts back up so they could play the final 1 second of the game. Now, mind you, that 1 second of the game, you've turned the ball over now to BYU at midfield. They have a legitimate shot to throw a Hail Mary to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So here is Arizona State having to play out the last second of this game. Fans 50 people deep on the edges of every sideline, just off the field enough so they can get the playoff. BYU throws the ball downfield. Dude catches it at the 3-yard line, makes a move for the end zone, and doesn't get there. Game ends. Arizona State wins. Here comes the fans again. They reflood the field. They re-pull down the goalposts, and they go crazy. Can you imagine if that man had turned up just enough to get himself into the end zone and BYU would have won that game? All
Pandemonium, boy.
50, 60,000 people that were crowding the sidelines would have had to like sheepishly walk back up into the stands, find their bag and go home. And like, y'all already ripped down the goalposts. Oh, dude, that was one of the wildest end of a games I've ever seen in all my years watching football. Oh, it was pretty crazy. All right, so we'll see what happens this weekend, man. We got a lot of games this weekend. We'll see if Alabama can win the Iron Bowl. We'll see if the Dogs can get it done. We'll see what happens. But
it's like when we talk about college football, it's like they need to make Notre Dame get in the conference, man. If you say you want to play,
dude, I'm over Notre
Dame.
I'm over Notre Dame.
You need to make them get in the conference.
The best gift.
Like,
listen to me.
man.
I need you to talk to your wife and let her know the best gift USC can give the country this week.
Yes.
To beat number 5 Notre Dame, please.
No,
come on,
right?
It's at home. I think, isn't it at USC? I think it's at the Coliseum.
It's at SC.
For the love of all that is good and holy in this world, on a Thanksgiving weekend, tell her
that.
We got to get this done. I am the biggest USC fan in the world this weekend. I am sick of Notre Dame.
Me too. I'm like, come on.
Come on.
So I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out, because I think when you look at the playoff brackets how they're projected right now, I think the committee got it wrong when they're making Tennessee and Georgia play. I know that's going to switch again.
It will.
Why are you making Tennessee and Georgia play each other again?
It's a seeding thing, I think, isn't it? It's just where the seeds fell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna change every week. There's no use in even looking at it. It doesn't. Yeah. It's the same thing. It just doesn't count until the last week of the season. So let's play out this weekend, and then it'll.
I don't even know who playing for the SEC championship.
So Georgia's in. Georgia's in, and then the winner of Texas A&M will play them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for a rematch of Georgia Texas.
I think that's the best game you could get would be Georgia Texas, and I think that's what the SEC wants. They do not want the Aggies in this game. They just
it's gonna be. So whoever wins that gets that spot.
Right.
Yes.
Now,
Oregon had to play. Oregon might have to play.
Oregon's got to play probably Ohio State for the Big Ten.
I thought. Because they beat Indiana.
Yep.
Okay.
So
okay, that's going to be interesting.
Very interesting. So we'll see how it shakes out. All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week. We'll play our game real quick, and we'll call it, and everyone can have a Thanksgiving. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to a gentleman named Alan Wiley. Alan's a college sports know-it-all who landed himself a full scholarship to Rowan University to do color on their basketball and football broadcasts. He's getting the Big Shot of the Week because he is blind.
Wow.
He reacts to what he hears. He lets the play-by-play color commentators lay it all out for him, and then he's reacting to what players have done, how they've done it, where and where they were relatively. So he's hearing it and literally painting this picture in his head and doing full color commentary on a broadcast, having not being able to watch any of these things. He's now currently doing the Rowan Sports broadcast for the Philadelphia 76ers developmental league team, the Delaware Bluecoats. Dude is blind. I'm reacting to what I hear. He was not given this, by the way, outright. He auditioned for it and won.
That's amazing.
Big shot. Tell me again what you can't do. This man is blind, and he's doing color on play-by-play. Tell me again what you can't do.
Absolutely.
He's a true poster board person for don't let a disability stop you from accomplishing your goals. Yes.
Big shot to that. And he gets himself, by the way, in winning this job, a full scholarship.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, come on, dude. One of the best stories I've heard all week. And a good Thanksgiving Big Shot of the Week. All right, well, listen, speaking of Turkey Day, we got a game. All right, so this is a high-low game. It's easy, it's fast, it's fun, hopefully. We're gonna go back and forth. You have to guess the number, and then your opponent here is gonna have to guess, is it higher or lower? And whoever's right is gonna get the point here. So, for instance, question number 1, Robert Ory. Approximately how many pilgrims were at the first Thanksgiving harvest in 1621?
How many pilgrims?
How many pilgrims were at the very first Thanksgiving harvest in 1621?
And so if I say 30, he's going to say high or low?
Correct. So you got to get a good number, and then he's going to go next, and you get to go high-low. So you want to pick a number that he's going to have trouble guessing higher or lower.
7.
7. Harp, higher or lower than 7? Number
Higher.
of pilgrims at the first Thanksgiving. He says higher. The first Thanksgiving harvest in 1621 had 53 pilgrims at it. So, yeah, that point's going to go to...
I want to know who documented this shit.
Sketchy records. Well, look, you were around George Washington. You met him. So, yeah,
you were probably there.
I was going to say, I'm surprised Rob's not there. Like, pass the cornbread. All right, Harper. According to Lending Tree, how many guests, on average, do Thanksgiving hosts expect to serve on Thanksgiving?
On average.
On average, how many guests do hosts expect to serve food to on Thanksgiving?
25.
25. Rob, is it higher or lower?
Folks be having big families.
Lower.
Okay, Rob's
lower.
saying lower. It's 11. Yeah, 11 people is your average.
My wife got a bunch of Mexicans, coming, and ain't that many of us in there. So I know if all the Mexicans don't show up, we good.
Well, that's probably rare.
Yeah.
That's probably rare.
We need to build a Thanksgiving wall.
I've learned that they gonna party. They party for everything, but I love them, man. I love it. We got party for birthdays, Thanksgiving.
This man said building a Thanksgiving wall. I'm not finna let that slide.
What the hell happened? I missed that. What happened?
We need a wall. Too many Mexicans at Thanksgiving. All right. Rob, question 3. Around how many calories are in a half-cup serving of stuffing?
I'm going to say
half a cup of stuffing.
Cup. I'm going to go with 101.
101. Harper, do you think it's higher or lower?
Calories in you said a half cup?
Half a cup of stuffing. Rob said 101.
Dalmatian.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go slightly. No, I'm gonna go slightly higher.
Slightly higher. Calories in a half a cup of stuffing, 118. So yeah, you were slightly higher. You're right.
Damn.
Good job. All right, Harper. On average, how many minutes does the average American, 15 years or older, spend eating and drinking on Thanksgiving Day? So like
15 years older?
15 years and up. Physical time spent either eating or drinking on Thanksgiving. And we don't let the 15-year-olds drink, Rob, if that's what you're laughing at.
I'm going to say...
They drink some sparkling grape juice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say probably about an hour, 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes.
I'm going to go over because I'm assuming while you eat, you talk and you laugh, and then you eat a little bit more, and then you take a break, and then you have some dessert, and then you watch football, then you have that second serving. So I'm going to go a little bit over.
Okay. No, it's an hour and 7 minutes. Harp was pretty damn close. Hour and 7. Yeah, so Harp was like 8 minutes off. So no point there, Rob. All right.
Bullshit.
Right, don't do that. All right, Rob. How many giant character balloons will be featured in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year?
21.
Harper, higher or lower than 21?
Higher.
And right like that, we're back to even. No, 17. 17. A little bit. Dang. Yeah. All right, Harper. According to Macy's, since we're talking about the Thanksgiving Day Parade, roughly how many people, on average, attend the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City?
Oh, Lord. In New York.
It's a big number. I'll give you that.
I am going to go 50,000.
50,000. Rob, higher or lower? 50,000 people on the streets of New York for the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Due to the fact COVID hits, New York ain't got that much room. I'm going to go lower.
You're going lower.
Mm-hmm.
What? Hold on. Time out. What?
It's all buildings, man. You got no damn room in the concrete jungle if all those people be standing on the street.
But it's all them people to be living there?
Yeah, but they inside the building.
Man, come on.
According to Macy's, 3.5 million people attend this parade every year.
Neither one of us were close. I was the closest.
According to Macy's.
Shit. Oh, hey.
I've been to it one time in my life. It sucks. Because you are 15, 20 people deep on a sidewalk and you can't see anything.
That's my whole point. Like, you watch that shit on TV and get all angles.
Yeah, but 6-7 million people live in the city, so
So I guess I was closest.
So half the people go watch that bullshit.
Under. yes.
Yeah,
half those people are gonna watch a balloon float by. All right, Rob.
Yes, sir.
What year did a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving debut on television?
Oh shit! I just saw that on TV the other day.
Yeah, I know, but what year?
I know because they was talking about the year Snoopy got adopted by Charlie. Shit. I'm gonna go with 1952.
1952. Harper. Higher or lower than 1952? So higher would be obviously sooner, lower being older than that.
Do I get double points for having it right?
You do. But you don't. So
I'm going to say sooner.
So higher.
Yeah,
okay.
Higher.
A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving debuted on ABC in 1973. 1973. You weren't even close in the 50s.
3 years old?
Damn. Yeah, I guess so.
I thought it was when he adopted Snoopy was in 73.
Well, that was a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Was it when he adopted Snoopy?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm reading trivia questions. The hell do I know? I don't know. You would ask me these questions, I'd have no freaking idea. All right, Harper. We got a few more here. We'll be quick. Harper, according to Merriam-Webster, what year was the term Friendsgiving first coined? Friendsgiving. When did we start using that term? Which you hear all the damn time now.
Yeah, I hear it all the time. Now
Everyone's going to Friendsgiving.
I don't know. 85?
1985. Rob, higher?
I don't know.
Or lower?
I say it happened in 1988.
So you're saying higher?
Higher.
Okay. You're going to get the point here, but you're both way off. 2007. 2007. The term Friendsgiving was coined.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
2 to go. Robert Ory. According to the Food and Drug Administration, how long is it safe to store leftover turkey in the fridge?
How many days?
How many days is it safe to store leftover turkey in the fridge according to the FDA?
It's turkey, and turkey lasts a little bit longer, so I'm going to go with 8 days.
8 days. Harper, higher or lower? Then 8 days is safe to serve and store leftover turkey.
Lower.
The point goes to Brandon Harper. 4 days, according to the FDA. 4 days after it's done. So that turkey needs to be gone by the weekend. Or you're eating
If I ever go into your
salmonella
refrigerator,
sandwiches or something, you know?
yeah, if I ever go into your refrigerator and I find 8-day-old turkey, there's gonna be an issue.
Somebody getting
You ain't going to
sued.
find no turkey in my refrigerator at all.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But if I go in there talking about some, oh no, you talking about some, oh no, I'm still eating on it. It's still good. Yeah, okay. You eating on that turkey, and you're gonna have worms eating in the inside of you. So it's yeah. Nah, you're gonna be in the hospital.
All right. Last question. Brandon Harper. The Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboys traditionally always play on Thanksgiving.
Lord
That
Jesus.
tradition started for the Lions in 1934. But what year did the Cowboys join that tradition?
Nineteen 1950. It had to be old. It had to be back then.
1950. Rob,
50.
higher or lower?
You know what? That's a good guess, Hart. And you said it started in what year?
The Lions
He said
started
the
in 1934. What year did the
I'ma
Cowboys
go-
start? He said 50.
I'm going to go slightly under 50. So it's going to be between 50 and 34.
Okay. Brandon Harper gets you another helping of macaroni and cheese. 1966. That's a win for Hart. Man,
That's some
another W
bullshit.
for Hart. No, it's not. It is not. That's when it happened. You don't fight the science. All right. It happened when it happened.
Hey, I'm about to be 300 you. You know, the message that comes at 300, just kick your ass to the abyss.
Just gonna kick him into the abyss.
You're gonna Leonidas me into a pit somewhere. Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.